Hello and welcome back. I am so glad you are here for our last video lesson of 6th grade math. I can't believe it's already the end of 6th grade. I am so excited for you. Do make sure to come back on Thursday. We're going to have a little virtual message for you and sending off to 7th grade to make it official. But it is our last video lesson. I am so proud of you. You have done an awesome job this year, especially dealing with this whole COVID-19 situation where we've had to learn while we're not at Goodletts Hole Middle School. I know your 7th grade teachers are excited to have you next year. But in the meantime, let's go with our final lesson. On Friday, we had displaying data day 1. So today is displaying data day 2. We are going to look at stem and leaf plots. Now, if you're thinking, like I am, you're thinking, oh, think of a stem on a plant, and each stem on a plant or a tree has multiple leaves on it. If we have 2 stems, we're going to have even more leaves. But each leaf only belongs to one stem. So, one more time, one stem can have many leaves, but each leaf only belongs to one stem. And believe it or not, a stem and leaf plot is going to look just like that. They're a special table where each data point is split into a stem and a leaf. So we're actually going to take our data and split it up. The stem is going to be the first digit or digits. And then our leaf is going to be the last digit. These do work best when your range is between 30 and 70. Awesome. And they work best when the range is between 30 and 70 because you are able to have a few stems, but not too few, and not too many stems. You'll see what that looks like in just a moment. There are 4 quick steps. The first is to draw our diagram. And your stem and leaf plot has 2 different parts. You're going to have a line going straight down, and I have lost my ruler, so I'm doing this freehand. And then you have a line going across. Notice how our one on the right is longer, and the part on the left is shorter. Now for this, we're going to look at this data right here. It is 17, 24, 42, 37, 36, 37, 26, and so on and so forth, all the way down. I think if we hide it down here, you should still be able to see it. Our second step is going to be to label our stems. So the stems are going to go on this side, on the left side, and then the leaf is going to go on the right side of our diagram. Now, when we look back at our previous page, we say the stem is the first digit or digits, and the leaf is the last digit. So we're going to look, and I'm going to look at each of the first digits on this. All of our numbers are just 2-digit numbers, so our stem is going to be the first number, the first digit, and then our leaf is going to be the last digit. So here we have a 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. It looks like our numbers go from 17 to 52. Now for this, you don't necessarily have to put it in order from smallest to biggest, but we'll reorder. We'll actually do a draft and then a final copy. But so our stems are going to be our first numbers. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. our third step is going to be to plot the leaves. Now what that means is we're just going to put the second digit, or the last digit, under whatever stem it goes is the first digit. So if we look at 17, we have our stem and our leaf. We're going to go to where the 1 is under the stem, and we're going to put our leaf, which is 7. Do the same thing with the next one. The stem is a 2, our leaf is a 4. The third one, our stem is a 4, our leaf is a 2. Our fourth one is 37, our stem is a 3, our leaf is a 7. So I go to the 3 for our stem and put a 7 there for our leaf. Now this is our first number that has the same stem. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 3 and put a 6 right next to the 7. Oh look, another 3, another 7. We need to have one leaf for every data we have. So because there are two 37s, we're going to end up with two 7s here. Then we have a 26, our stem is 2, our leaf is 6. 18, our stem is 1, our leaf is 8. 52, our stem is 5, our leaf is 2. 51, same stem, 5, our leaf is 1. 40, we're going to go from 4, our stem is 4, our leaf is 0. 41, our stem is 4 again, our leaf is 1. 18, we know 1 is going to be our stem, then our leaf is 8 again. 37, our leaf is going to be 7 with our stem of 3. 40, our stem is 4, our leaf is 0, and our last data point is 32, so we have our stem of 3 and our leaf of 2. So now we have our rough stem and leaf plot. All that's left is to do step 4, which is to reorder into our final. That's just saying, hey, we want these stems in order, least on top, down to greatest. And we also want our leaves in order from least to greatest, going left to right. So we have some jumbled around over here. We're going to go, or we would make a final copy where we put them all in the right order. But we're going to leave this one the way it is, and we're going to jump to a draft and a final copy with a bigger set of data. I'm really hoping that stays there. I'm going to grab a little piece of tape to help us keep it down. All right, so step 1. What was that? What was step 1? That's right, draw our diagrams. And we use the same colors we did on the last one just so we see it visually. I'm only working on my draft right now. I'm going to keep my final till we're done completely with our draft. Our second is to label our stems. So if we look at our stems, we have a 5, a 6, a 4, a 7, 4, 8, 7, nothing above an 8, and nothing below a 4. So we're going to have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's 5 numbers to label our stems with. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And our third step was to plot our leaves. So we're going to go ahead, you all can go ahead and work ahead if you'd like. I'm going to work this through. 52. Our stem is 2. I'm just going to label the top just so we remember. 52, our stem is 5, our leaf is 2. I'm going to check them off when we do that. 67, stem is 6, leaf is 7. 41 is stem 4, leaf 1. 72 is going to be stem of 7, leaf of 2. 73 is stem of 7, leaf of 3. 48, stem 4, leaf 8. 82 is a stem of 8, a leaf of 2. 76, stem 7, leaf 6. You can fast forward this if you've got this. I'm going to keep talking it through. Stem 6, leaf 8 for 68. Stem 5, leaf 4, 54. Oh, we've got another 54, so we've got to remember to put second 54 there. Then we have a 53, so stem 5, leaf 3. Stem 5, leaf 5 for 55. Stem 6, leaf 4 for 64. Our next data point is stem 4, leaf 5 for 45. Then we have a stem of 6, a leaf of 2 for 62. Then 77 twice, so we get 2 7s under our 7 stem. 61, put a 1 under our 6 stem. 54, stem of 4, stem of 5, leaf of 4. 42 is a stem of 4, a leaf of 2. 79 would be a stem of 7, leaf of 9. 43 is stem of 4, leaf of 3. 73, stem of 7, leaf of 3. 48, stem 4, leaf 8. 63 is a stem of 6, leaf of 3. 64, same stem, but a 4. 49 is a stem of 4, a leaf of 9. And then 81 is a stem of 8 and a leaf of 1. All right, now we're going to copy this over into a final. We're just going to draw and then reorder our final copy. So I'm going to draw my stems the same way and my diagram the same way. Our stems haven't changed. They're already in order from smallest to biggest. If for some reason they weren't, now would be your time to change it. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then within each of our leaves, we're going to sort these from smallest to biggest. So we have 1, 2, and I'm going to cross these off as we copy them over because when we have multiple of the same numbers, we want to make sure we get the right number over here. And we have a 3, a 5, 2 8s, making sure to put 2 8s in our final copy, and then a 9. The other thing we want to do is keep our spacing even. That will help us look at the data when we're done. Moving down to our 50s, or the stem of 5, we have a 2. I'm going to make sure to line mine up under what we had written above it. Then a 3, 3 4s, and then a 5. Moving down to our 6s, we have a 1, which is 61, a 2, a 3, 4, another 4, a 7, and an 8. See how I kept those lined up right there? It's going to help us when we look at the data for the shape of it. Then we're going to move to our 7s. We have a 72, 2 73s, so we put 2 3s there, a 6, 2 7s, and then a 9. All right, and then our 80s, we have an 81 and an 82. And there we have it. We have our final copy all ready to go. Now, if we're going to look at this, we could see, hey, we have a lot of 40s, a lot of numbers in the 60s, a lot of numbers in the 70s, but not many in the 80s. We can see the shape. It looks like a bar graph if you were to turn it this way and draw our bars in. And then we're also able to see if there are any repeating numbers once we get it in that order. Fun fact, or fun tip that I enjoyed, if you have not been to random.org, you're able to create your own list of random numbers in a bunch of different ways. It's where I get some of our data from. if we're not using real data. And it's fun. You can create lists of numbers in different orders. Check it out. But that is our stem and leaf plot. Awesome. You have now finished our final video lesson of 6th grade math. I'm so proud of you one more time. We've got some IXL practice ahead of us. It's a short lesson since it's our last week. And then we've got a discussion underneath that. Awesome. If you need anything, please let me know. You are wonderful.